On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Rambo L, file numbers 22L2761882, 881, 883. Council appearance, please.
Matt Staples on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Okay, and then Rambo L is present. Do you have an attorney, sir?
I'm here by special appearance.
Okay. Mr. Staples, my understanding is that you're moving to dismiss these.
Just the failure to display ops, Your Honor. I did check the Secretary of State. His license is valid, and he did show me that license, and that he does have it in his possession, so that the misdemeanor charge would be.
Welcome back to another wild ride through the American courtroom system, where today we meet a man who calls himself Rambo L and insists he's a sovereign citizen, above the laws of Michigan and certainly above having a license plate. But what starts as a routine traffic case quickly spirals into an all-out courtroom drama, complete with rejected motions, scripture citations, and demands for jury trials over civil infractions. We're about to watch a man attempt to outmaneuver the system using pseudo-legal jargon, religious verses, and a fierce belief in the mythical right to travel. Will it work? Spoiler, it absolutely does not. But the path to that outcome is filled with so much confusion, confidence, and legal misfires that you won't want to miss a second. Buckle up, because this courtroom showdown turns into a one-man legal crusade against logic, precedent, and basic procedure.
I believe Mr. L is planning on contesting those charges.
Is that correct, Mr. L?
Yes.
Okay, we'll set them for a hearing. February 14th at 9:30. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. L. We'll see you on February 14th. Okay, is this L Rambo or Rambo L? You're muted. You have an attorney, sir?
No, I'm here by special appearance.
Okay, I'll put you in the private meeting room with the city attorney.
Your Honor, we've actually already met with Mr. Rambo L before. He was requesting a formal hearing on these two files.
Okay, sounds good. Formal hearings will be set for in-person appearance.
Actually, I filed a motion January 6th is when it went unanswered. I would like the court to dismiss this matter.
Did he just admit to having a valid driver's license? Yep, he sure did. Single moment. Blew up his entire sovereign citizen defense like a legal landmine. The whole right to travel argument collapses once you accept a government-issued license. You can't claim to be exempt from traffic laws and also show up with the one document that proves you recognize the authority you're trying to reject. It's like demanding a refund after saying you never paid in the first place. Classic sovereign. Contradiction?
Motion for challenge of jurisdiction that I submitted to the clerk. And I've served everybody, all parties. How long does he have? Because that happened January 6th.
I see it's a motion to show authority.
And also a demand for dismissal, lack of jurisdiction, failure to introduce evidence of an injury in fact, challenges jurisdiction of the court to prosecute. That was filed January 6th.
We only have one motion attached to the file. I don't see the other motions that you're referencing, sir.
It's timestamped by the court. I have it right here.
I see a motion to show authority, which the court has denied. And then there was a memo that was attached. There was not any other motion.
Didn't get him anywhere. But you've got to admire his commitment. This man straight up filed a motion to dismiss with no actual evidence, no valid argument, and absolutely no legal precedent. It's bold, completely ineffective, but bold. And when the judge denies it, does he back off? Nope. He starts arguing jurisdiction, injury in fact, and demanding evidence like he's starring in a courtroom drama he wrote himself. Problem is, no one's handing him a script list of all the...
Mr. Staples, did you get a copy of the motion he's referencing?
I see a copy of the motion to show authority in our file. I don't recognize it as any sort of valid motion or pleadings, but I see a copy of it in our file.
Agreed. That's the same the court has. It's a motion to show authority. The other motions that he's referencing was not properly filed with this court or served as the court. Neither the court nor Mr. Staples' office is in receipt of it. The motion to show authority was denied. Is not in proportion with the Michigan court rules. It does cite, however, Luke 11:46, the King James version, Luke 11:52, as well as some other.
Legal expert has decided Michigan court rules just aren't cutting it today. Instead, he brings out the big guns Luke 11:46 and Luke 11:52. That's right, he's trying to replace the Michigan compiled laws with the King James Bible. Honestly, I half expected the judge to quote Corinthians back at him. But in this, court scripture doesn't overrule the court rules. No matter how dramatic the
attorney, this is not a lawful or appropriately filed motion, and for that reason, it was denied before this court. But we will.
Well, I like to challenge jurisdiction right now. I have the right to travel.
An appropriate motion with the court under the Michigan court rules to challenge jurisdiction. But what we won't do is entertain motions under the King James version of the Bible. Okay.
That was a different motion you're referring to. That was the motion to show authority.
We don't have the other motion, sir. So you can file that motion. It's just we don't have it. I don't know why we only have one motion. That we don't have the other one you're referencing. So you'd have to file that and serve it on the city attorney. We'll give you time to do that. I'm going to set both of these matters for hearing, though.
I can't chill. You telling me I don't have the right to challenge jurisdiction right now? I want to challenge jurisdiction right now.
You can file a motion for challenging the jurisdiction, sir.
I can't do a verbal motion?
No, you cannot.
So you telling me I don't have the right to do a verbal motion?
You don't have a right to do that. You're going to file it in writing and you're going to serve it properly on the parties that you're filing it against. Okay, sir? March 14th at 10:30 in person at the court will be the date for the formal hearing, and then we'll hear any arguments on motions if necessary. You have any questions today, Mr. L?
Rambo wants to challenge jurisdiction ... verbally. But in Michigan, and just about everywhere else in the U.S., legal motions must be in writing, properly filed, and served. You can't just stand up and say, I object, like it's a law and order. Episode. The judge, staying calm, gives him multiple chances to file the right way. But Rambo's frustration is showing he wants results without playing by the rules. And that's just not how the system...
Formal hearing, I have, I believe, one witness on Zoom. Counsel, you can proceed.
Officer Vanderwerf, would you state your name for the records, please?
Oh, you want to call him? Let me...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Swearman, no worries. Vanderwerf, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
This is exactly why pro se representation gets tricky. Yes, you can file motions, but you also need to file a notice of hearing and serve it properly. It's like mailing a wedding invitation with no RSVP info and expecting guests to show up. The court is surprisingly patient, still willing to hear him out despite all the procedural mess. But let's be real, it's not going to end well when your entire case hinges on how mad you were about being late to...
When I observed a pickup truck in front of me that was changing lanes, failing to use its signal. So at that time, I activated my overhead lights on the vehicle to initiate a traffic stop. And then I made contact with the driver, who was later identified as a Rambo L. In our contact, he ended up handing me a piece of paper. At brief glance, when I looked at the piece of paper, It appeared to have what I believe was certain MCL codes that the subject may have typed onto the piece of paper. When I had asked him for a driver's license or identification, he was not really very cooperative. I also don't believe I was provided any insurance. At that time, I decided to issue him a citation for failing to signal, changing lanes, and failing to display a valid license, and then also the license plate through the system was expired.
Mr. L, did you want to question the witness?
Yes. The document that you were referring to, it was a travel document. I was showing you, I was traveling versus driving. And I tried to explain that to you. And then you held me on the side of the road for approximately an hour. I requested a supervisor because they might better understand what I was doing, and you never provided that for me. Is that correct?
That's actually incorrect, because the reason that you were held on the stop for as long as you were is because I was waiting for a supervisor. So when I realized the supervisor was not there, I contacted him by phone, at which time he said he was delayed. And when I came back up to the traffic stop, I did ask if you wanted to wait further for a sergeant, and I don't believe that you did. And then you drove off when you were free to go.
Yes. Is it correct that I was held on the road for approximately an hour waiting for this whole encounter to end?
I do not remember if it was an hour specifically, but I do remember that the time length was probably, I would say probably close to that at the very least.
Well, it was an hour, and they called.
Rambo invokes his status as a non-citizen, names himself beneficiary of his own fictional trust, and then demands a jury trial for a civil infraction. From misquoting constitutional amendments to citing completely unrelated Supreme Court cases, it's a masterclass in legal word salad. He references Murdoch v. Pennsylvania and Kent v. Dulles, neither of which apply. But hey, points for confidence. If courtroom convictions were awarded based on creativity alone, Rambo might walk out a
Witnesses today?
None from the city.
Okay, Mr. L, are you calling any witnesses today, or did you want to give your own testimony?
I would like to, I have some, I have a defense, my motion.
Okay, well, you filed a motion?
Yeah, I filed a motion, served across the
When did
city
you file a
attorney.
motion?
It was filed, it was mailed February 18th.
You filed a motion and mailed it February 18th. Did you serve a copy?
To the clerk of the courts and also to the city attorney's office.
Did you receive any motion, sir?
Your Honor, we did receive a motion. It did not have any hearing date stated on it. We had no timetable for a response. I would be happy to respond to the motion on the record orally or provide the court with briefing if they would like.
The court didn't get a copy of the motion in February.
I sent it to the clerk. And,
Yeah, typically when that happens, it's just attached to the file. I don't have a copy of any motion.
well, I did my due diligence. I sent a copy to him. He has his.
Well, I don't know that you did your due diligence, because when you file a motion, you got to get a hearing date for that motion. And so
Who's supposed to give me a hearing?
you got to get the hearing date from the clerk's office.
From the clerk's office?
Yeah.
So why did they give me one?
Did you contact them for a hearing date?
I contacted them, yeah.
And ask for
And I
hearing
asked
dates
them,
for your
and
motion?
I asked when was my hearing. They confirmed that it was today.
For your motion.
And I asked, did I have a hearing date? And they
But-
said,
And you do have a hearing date, but that's not what I asked you. Did you ask them?
Habit's another sovereign citizen battle comes to a close. Not with a bang, but with a citation and a pile of rejected motions. Rambo L may have believed he had the upper hand, but belief alone doesn't beat legal procedure. From quoting the Bible to demanding jury trials for infractions, this case had it all. Let us know what moment left you shaking your head the most. Was it the right to travel claim, the biblical citations, or the part where he demanded verbal jurisdiction? If you found this courtroom clash as unbelievable as we did, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget, to subscribe for more jaw-dropping legal breakdowns every week.
Now comes the beneficiary for Rambo L, defendant in error, hereby special appearance, not submitting to the court's jurisdiction, hereby moves the court to strike and dismiss the complaint filed by the officer Zenderbar. Am I pronouncing that right? Sorry if I'm not. For lack of ratification and commencement, no corpus delicti, no plaintiff, lack of jurisdiction, personal or firm jurisdiction. Christina Simmons being appointed as trustee, the prosecutors being appointed as co-trustee, I, Rambo L, an executor and beneficiary of a set of account. Also, I filed a declaration of non-citizenship nationality because